Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual pricing for $20,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 63-year-old male. Now, first thing I recommend is go directly to our website. We've got these free quotes on just about every page. And all you do is click the state you live in and select the state you're in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. And then select the coverage amount, put your birthday in there, the rest of this info, click Get Quotes Now. It will take you to a page that's going to show you all the best insurance companies with all the lowest pricing. And this will help you avoid two things. It'll help you avoid those policies that you see advertised out there all the time on TV and magazines and junk mail, where you've got this really low teaser rate just to get your information, just to get you to call in. And then once you call in, you find out there's almost no coverage at all there. And then they try to upsell you into more profitable coverage for them. We don't recommend that. It'll also allow you to eliminate those plans that have 2-year waiting periods. They don't pay any death benefit in the first 2 years if you die of a health or medical reason. And a lot of times those plans can be up to 200% more expensive. So yeah, don't do that. You can also call us at 888-862-9456. And one of our agents can help you understand your options and what you qualify for in pricing and everything like that. Now, the first thing a 63-year-old male should ask themselves if they're looking for $20,000 worth of coverage is that going to be enough coverage for their final expense needs? Now, typically that's going to be either a burial or a cremation. Let's talk about cremation first. The average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. Now, if you're going to have some sort of a ceremony involved, maybe a celebration of life, remembrance ceremony, something like that, in addition to the cremation, that's probably going to be $3,500 to $4,500, right around in there. So, typically for that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, we would probably recommend, and most people would get $5,000 to $7,000 worth of coverage. Now, you might be going, but Randy, you're talking $5,000 coverage, but you said it shouldn't be more than $2,000. Yeah, that's right. Because you're 63 years old right now, and you're probably hoping you make it to 73 and maybe even 83 someday. And we know things are going to be more expensive in the future due to inflation. So what we want to do is we just want to get enough coverage that we don't have to worry about this going forward in the future, just kind of inflation-proof the plan. And then by getting a little extra coverage, we do that. We inflation-proof the plan. But also, God forbid you were to die a little bit sooner, there's some extra money in there just to pay for some bills that you weren't able to maybe pay off, maybe some medical bills or other expenses or something like that. So it's really kind of win-win by taking care of it that way. Now, if you're going to do that cremation and have the ceremony, most people would typically be looking at $7,000 to maybe $10,000. Again, inflation-proof the plan, but if you die a little sooner, there's a little extra money to pay off some other expenses. So it works out really great for most folks. Now, if you're getting buried, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is it's right around $10,000. So if you walk into pretty much any funeral home in the United States with the $10,000 check, they'll get it done, but chances are it's not going to be very fancy either. But it's hard to imagine they would say no and let you walk out the door and just walk 2 blocks down the road to their competition and give them the money. Just understand that's what it costs right now. But at age 63, if you're going to make it to 73, we know prices are going to go up, and that's really minimal coverage. So most of the time, people we are helping would look at like either $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000. Certainly $20,000 inflation proofs this policy for a long time. But by the same token, if you're on a fixed or limited income, which most of the people we help are, if all you can afford is $10,000 right now, get that right now, because we can always come back and add more coverage later. But the more coverage you get right now, kind of the more that locks in your lower rates. Now, sometimes people will say, well, I want to get, like $50,000 and leave some money behind for my kids. And, we typically discourage that, but because again, most people are on a fixed or limited income. And we've seen people that go, they tell us that, if I can't do $50,000, I'm not going to do anything at all. And boy, at that point, now their kids are going to be burdened with their funeral expenses when they're gone, just because they were so ornery that, they couldn't get the amount of insurance they wanted. which they could have if they would have bought this sooner in life. It's just that they procrastinated and wait. So don't be immature. Don't do that. Just get what you need right now to pay for your final expenses. If in the future you want to add some more coverage, just get back in touch with us. We add coverage all the time. We make it easy. But yeah, just don't saddle your kids with that debt just because you're being ornery. Don't do that. Now, one thing we always recommend is first aid coverage or benefits. Now, we don't recommend those plans with 2-year waiting periods at all. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But what first aid coverage means is that, hypothetically, if your plan were approved and issued today and you die tomorrow, the insurance company would have to write that check for $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, whatever your coverage was. And that's the best coverage at the lowest pricing. That's exactly what you want. Now, a lot of people would say, Randy, I do like the first aid coverage, but I know those plans ask health questions and I'm not in the best of health. So, I'm worried about that. And we go, well, your health is our worry, not your worry, at least when it comes to this insurance. And that's why we work with so many different insurance companies, because every single insurance company out there asks different health questions and they have different underwriting requirements. And right now we're getting around 90 to 95% approvals for first aid coverage or benefits with the people that we're helping. The only reason you wouldn't qualify for first aid coverage is if you had some significant health issues like a terminal illness where you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or maybe dementia, or you're on dialysis or in a hospital or nursing home, something like that. But if that were the case, we'd typically refer you out to a different insurance company. The other thing that seems to happen every week is we get a phone call from somebody and they go, hey, we just had a family member pass away this last week and they didn't have insurance and we don't have any money. Now the body's at the funeral home and the funeral home director's not going to do anything until he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance really quick so we can get that check in our hand to pay the funeral home guy. And we have to let people know that there is no insurance company in the United States that's going to offer a policy on somebody who's already dead. That is not how this insurance works. And it's really tragic that the person passed away and they didn't have this insurance. They knew they were going to die someday. It's no surprise. They probably thought about getting this insurance in the past and they just put it off. And then time caught up with them and they just went and died. And now their families are going to have to bear this burden. And the sad part is most of the times family members are going to have to put this on credit cards at 26% interest, and they're going to be paying on this for years and years and years just because you were selfish and you didn't take care of this. So don't be that person. It's a terrible legacy to leave behind. And you'll just always be remembered of a good person who did a bad thing at the end and cost them a lot of money. And that's not what you want your legacy to be. So yeah, we can help you. We'll just get you coverage you can afford, and then we can always add more coverage later. Now, one thing we recommend is avoiding the plans with the 2-year waiting period policies. Yikes, yeah. Now, Colonial Penn is one of the companies out there. They're fairly well known. I think it's just because they advertise on TV a lot. It seems like their $9.95 commercials are running every 7 minutes. And you may not know this, but their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period plan. Ouch. Yeah, ouch, right? And there's other companies out there that offer those 2-year waiting period plans, like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha plan, and AIG and Gerber. Gosh, there's so many other companies out there, but some of these companies have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that the only thing that they're going to qualify for once they're over age 50 is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, to which we always say, don't fall for such nonsense, because we help people with first aid coverage all day long. Yes, we do. Now, our 63-year-old male here, probably watching that Colonial Penn $9.95 commercial and thinking he's probably going to get, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for only $9.95. And he ends up calling Colonial Penn and talking with one of their agents, or looks on their website like we're doing right here for you, and sees that a male age 63 for 1 unit of coverage, which is $9.95, is only going to buy $1,000 worth of coverage. Ouch. Now, $1,000 worth of coverage, that's not going to be enough to cover cremation in a lot of parts of the country. And it doesn't even matter because it's got a 2-year waiting period where it's not going to pay any death benefit at all if you die of a health or medical reason. So Yeah, just a lot of people would say that there's companies out there that offer these teaser rates, not because they want to sell you the teaser rate plan. It's just they want you to call in and get their info and get in their marketing funnels. And then when they get you on the phone, you're going to see how minuscule the coverage is, and they're going to upsell you to a more expensive coverage amount that allows them to get more profit. And we would never say that about Colonial Penn. I guess some people might, but you might want to formulate your own opinion on that after seeing $9.95 only pays for $1,000. But let's take a look here. Colonial Penn, they max out at 15 units. So we know that one unit is $1,000. So we're going to max out here. That's going to be 15 units. We can only get $15,000. That's going to be right at $150 a month, roughly. So let's take a look here and let's see if we can save you some money. I know we can. Here we go. We're going to do $20,000 though, right? Because that's what we want. We don't want to settle for $15,000 like Colonial Penn. That's all they're going to give us. Male, age 63. Get quote. Again, this is $15,000 for $150 roughly. And let's take a look here. Make sure. Yeah, $20,000 there. 63-year-old male. $94. So what? $55 less? And level means first day coverage. Level means first day coverage. Yeah. So $55 less. So with Colonial Penn, you're going to overpay $55 every single month for the rest of your life. And you're going to get slapped with a 2-year waiting period policy. So think about that. $55 a month. That is roughly $660 a year more. If our 63-year-old makes it all the way to 73, he will have overpaid right around $6,600 on a $20,000 policy. If he makes it 20 years, he's going to overpay, what, $13,200? Anyway, it's a lot of money. Let's go back to 10 years, though. 10 years is right around $6,600. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever start overpaying knowing that you're going, and that's on top of the existing premiums that you're paying. Yeah. Why would you ever do that? And it's only $15,000. You're overpaying $6,600 for $5,000 less coverage. And and you're getting that 2-year waiting period. So yeah, just be a smart shopper. If you're not a smart shopper, let us help you be a smart shopper, because we can save you a lot of money. Let's look at some of these other companies out here, though. Here we go. Even if a company's $10 more a month, that's $120 a year. That's going to be $1,200 after 10 years. Would you rather have $1,200 in your own pocket or give that away to an insurance company? Yeah, why would you do that? That's okay. You'll be able to see all these different insurance companies. Let's find some other ones here, though. Oh, here we go. Like Lincoln Heritage. Yeah. I mean, they're a fine company, I guess. But look at that pricing. Yeah, $128. Yikes. It is level coverage, which is first day coverage, which is good. But almost $130. Yikes, more. And the reason is they've got a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2 or 3 different funeral homes and like supposedly get the best pricing for you. They may do a couple other things as well. But, you got to ask yourself, it's not free. They're not giving that away. You're going to end up paying for that in the long run anyway. But it's basically $130 compared to, $95. So that's $35 more a month. It's going to be $420 a year more roughly. And after 10 years, when our 63-year-old male is 73, we'll have overpaid roughly around $4,200. So you got to ask yourself, do you feel that that's worth paying a company $4,200 more after 10 years to call 2 or 3 funeral homes and do maybe a few other things that may only take an hour or so? A lot of people would say that's a pretty great payday for the insurance company. And we really recommend you just keep that money in your own pocket and don't give that to an insurance company for what little work that, they may be doing. So to help you out with that, again, we recommend you go with the lower pricing, and then we provide free of charge. You can download this on our website, our free funeral and estate planning guide. And you just print that, you download that, and then print that out, and then just fill it out. Who gets what goes where, what you want done after you're gone. And then you keep that with your insurance policy. And when you pass away, your family will have everything in one place. And they will not only be protected financially with the insurance policy, but emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide, because they won't have to worry about anything to do. You will have listed it all out for them, and they will just have to execute your wishes. And what peace of mind that will give them. And they will also know that, you not only love them in life tremendously, but you love them in death. And you are protecting them even though you are no longer here. What a wonderful legacy that is, to leave that legacy behind. So go to funeralfunds.com. We've got a special quarter for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube, and we can get you access to the most discounts and the lowest pricing. You can also call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you understand your options and pricing. And, whether you've got an existing policy and you want to price shop it to see if we can save you money, or even if you just want to add some coverage to your existing policy, we can help you out with that. If you want brand new coverage or just want to understand what you qualify for, what your rates would be, or have any other questions, we can help you out with that. But, we look forward to that day when we can help you get the most amount of coverage for the least amount of money. We will be blessed to help you with that at some point in the future. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.